So let's discuss the life cycle of a paper for a minute. Every paper you're going to write begins by receiving assignment instructions from your professor, from which you can then create a paper topic, something that you want to write about that fits within those instructions. Next, you're going to come up with an investigative research question. Now, it might fit with what the instructions already say, but maybe sometimes you have to come up with one of your own. And then from there, you can actually do the research. Try and come up with an answer to that question. That answer is going to become the basis for your thesis statement, something that summarizes the big idea of your paper. And then you're going to probably want to create an outline, some sort of plan for how you want to cover the topics of your paper in order. And then you're going to be able to sit down and write, put all the ideas on paper, and after you've completed that draft, you can just hand it in, right? Not quite. See, there's a reason why the first draft of your paper is typically called a rough draft. And that's actually the whole point of this mini series of videos, is how do we get from your rough draft to your final draft? Or as we could also call it, it's a series on revision and editing. What are some of the tips and tricks you can do to revise and edit your essay effectively? And yes, I do mean revise and edit. There's a difference between these two things. I know they may sound similar, but you're going to want to note some of these differences. So let's look at them off the front end. Revision is all about treating it as a work in progress. The ideas are still flowing. Whereas editing is about treating writing as an almost finished product. You're almost done and now we're just adjusting. Revision focuses on new possibilities within the text and beyond the text. How can we adjust what's there? How can we add more to it? Whereas editing is about errors and deficiencies that already exist within the text that's there. Revision is about new goals, new questions, coming up with new things that you can talk about. Whereas editing is about grammar and punctuation and spelling, fixing up the minor errors in the ideas that already exist. And where revision encourages further discovery, editing is about polishing up the essay. In other words, you could say that revision is all about taking the ideas that are there and adding to them, taking away, adjusting, building into it more. Whereas editing is about, okay, I now have a mostly finished product, let's make a couple of changes to make sure that it's ready for submission. That is the distinction you're going to want to keep in mind as we go through these next few videos on revision, editing, and becoming a better editor.